Answer this without flinching. Do people respect you, or do they just like how easy you are to use? Think about your day. You answer Slack at midnight, laugh off the extra task, tell a date, no worries, when you're actually irritated. Apologize for taking up space in your own apartment. You call it kindness. Your body calls it depletion. Carl Jung would call it persona addiction. The mask you wear to win approval, and the shadow you exile to keep that mask spotless. You're not nice. You're managed. Own the mechanics. You learned early that peace came when you erased yourself. Maybe a sharp parent made you the family diplomat. Maybe chaos trained you to keep the room calm. Now you run the same program at work, in bed with friends. You promise what you can't deliver, swallow irritation until it becomes sarcasm, gift energy you never budgeted, then complain that people take advantage. They aren't magicians. You handed them the script. Your shadow is the part of you that refuses to keep bleeding. He holds your anger, your appetite, your boundary, your no. You buried him to stay lovable. Then you blame the world for not reading your mind. Nice guy patterns are spiritual credit cards. Short wins, long debt. You pay interest in resentment, low desire, and a reputation for being bendable. You are not kind. You are non-threatening. Different thing. Start with ruthless clarity. Audit one day. Mark every moment you said yes while your chest said no. Mark every apology you gave to prevent someone else's feeling. Mark every time you deflected praise because owning value felt dangerous. This isn't shame. It's data. Jung's law is brutal and liberating. What you refuse to own in yourself will be done to you by others. Refuse anger, and you'll attract bullies. Refuse need, and you'll attract takers. Refuse truth, and you'll attract liars. Own these parts, and your field changes. Drop the myth that boundaries make you cold. They make you legible. People can trust a man who means his yes and keeps his no. That trust is respect. Respect is desire's oxygen. If you want a different life, you don't ask for it. You standardize it. Replace the question, will they be upset, with, will I be proud of how I showed up? That switch flips the circuit from people-pleasing to self-leadership. You are not here to be convenient. You are here to be clear. We begin by pulling the shadow out of exile and giving him a seat at the table. So the man who walks into rooms is whole, not hollow. You think you're choosing politeness. You're reenacting survival. Jung's shadow isn't a monster in the basement. It's your repressed power, anger, appetite, self-respect, banished because it once threatened attachment. When you exile those parts, they don't die. They drive from the dark. That's why your nice yes becomes a bitter no at 2 a.m. That's why you overgive, then withhold. That's why you choose partners who need you, then resent them for taking what you offered to avoid being alone. See the loop. Approval spikes when you're agreeable, so you inflate the persona. You get praised for being flexible, so you erase preferences. You feel needed, so you do more. Then your shadow throws sand in the gears. Forgetfulness, lateness, low desire, secret screens, passive-aggressive jokes. You call it burnout. It's mutiny. Repressed parts protest with sabotage. Projection keeps the loop alive. You pin your disowned qualities on other people. Your anger becomes their toxicity. Your need becomes their clinginess. Your boundary becomes their coldness. Notice how often you declare a moral verdict to hide a personal limit. They're selfish might mean, I volunteered beyond capacity. They're controlling might mean, I never state terms. Jung warned, what you won't make conscious, you'll meet as fate. The same boss, the same friend, the same lover. Different name, same pattern. Name the shadow in real time. When you feel the surge to promise, ask, What am I buying with this yes? When guilt arrives before truth, ask, whose disappointment am I rehearsing? When anger rises, don't explode and don't swallow. Translate it. Something I value is being crossed. Then speak the value instead of performing the explosion or the martyrdom. That's integration. Emotion becomes information, not a weapon or a secret. You also need a new rule about conflict. Avoidance is a tax that compounds. The conversation you duck today becomes the boundary you have to build with bricks tomorrow. Courage early is kindness later. The shadow respects men who move first. Set the meeting, say the sentence, take the hit. Your nervous system learns you won't abandon yourself to keep peace you never truly had. One more truth. People-pleasing is often covert control. You spin plates so no one gets upset, so you won't have to feel it. That's not love. That's anxiety management. Replace control with clarity. Let adults have their reactions while you keep your standard. You'll feel guilt at first. That's the sound of the old program dying. Let it die. You don't need a personality transplant. You need boundaries you can say in one breath and hold under pressure. A boundary is not a lecture, a threat, or a mood. It's a rule for you. I answer messages until 9. I don't lend money to friends. I confirm plans the day before. If that's hard, we reschedule. Short, calm, enforceable. The longer the speech, the weaker the line. Stop waiting to feel ready. Readiness is built by reps. Choose one domain, time, attention, body, money, and draw a clean line today. Tell one person directly. Expect pushback. Expect your own stomach to flip. That discomfort isn't a sign you're wrong. It's proof you've been living without fences. Fences take work to set and less work to maintain. The first week is noise. The second week is pattern. The third week is identity. Nice guys barter. If I over-deliver, they'll value me. They won't. People value what costs them something. Turn favors into agreements. Trade kindness for clarity. I can help for an hour on Friday. After that, I'm unavailable. Your availability is not a public utility. Treat it like a resource. Track it like money. Budget it in advance. The shadow explodes when you go into overdraft. Stay solvent. In dating, make pace a boundary. Decide your communication cadence, intimacy tempo, and planning rhythm before you're in the chemical fog. Speak it. I enjoy messaging, and I move to a call within 2 days. I don't escalate intimacy without exclusivity. I won't continue through ghosting and mixed signals. Say it once, then behave as if it's true. You're not negotiating for value. You're demonstrating it. The right people lean in. The wrong people self-select out. Good. Empty chairs leave space for matches that can actually sit. At work, install friction around your time. Put your deep work on the calendar and honor it like a meeting with a client who bills triple. Turn off after-hours notifications. When someone says, "Quick question," answer with, "I have 5 minutes now or 30 tomorrow," which serves you. Teach them how to use you. If you don't, they'll use whatever version of you is easiest to reach. Remember the broken record tool. When guilt bait arrives, sighs, stories, flattery, repeat your line verbatim with the same tone. Twice if needed. No new reasons. No new openings. People respect consistent signals. You're training both of you. When the conversation ends, move, walk, lift, shower cold. Your body needs a ritual to discharge the old coping pattern. That's how the fence sets in your nervous system, not just your calendar. Boundaries aren't fragile. Approval is. The second you stop overgiving, the system you sustained will panic. Expect the extinction burst. the last-ditch surge to restore the old arrangement. You'll see the full catalogue: guilt trips, sudden emergencies, you've changed, silent treatment, offers to renegotiate your standard into mush. Your job is not to win an argument. Your job is to remain the same man across 10 minutes of weather. Command your tone. Calm is power. You don't need sharpness when your line is clear. Speak in short sentences that start with I. I'm not available tonight. I won't discuss this by text. I can do X. I won't do Y. If they escalate, shrink the channel. Happy to revisit when voices are calm. Then end the exchange, not as a threat, as hygiene. You're showing your nervous system it can survive displeasure without rolling over or raging. Separate feedback from fishing. Honest feedback names a behavior, a consequence, and a request. Manipulation names your character and demands a feeling. One deserves consideration, the other gets a boundary. If someone says, "When you disappeared from the thread, I felt dropped. Can you signal when you're logging off?" Listen. If someone says, "You're selfish now. A good friend would have shown up." Hold. I hear you don't like my decision. It stands. Make consequences boring. You are not here to punish. You are here to protect the climate you live in. If a co-worker chronically violates a deadline, you route around them and inform stakeholders. If a friend weaponizes secrets, you move the relationship to low-stakes context. If a partner disrespects a non-negotiable, you pause the romance and enter repair with a plan. Or you end it cleanly. Painful, yes. Dramatic, no. Drama keeps you entangled in the old dance. Precision frees you. Do not outsource enforcement. If you say one more time and I'm out, be out the next time. If you don't, you teach them your lines are theatre. You also teach your shadow that your word cannot be trusted. Nothing kills self-respect faster than hearing yourself bluff. Better to set a smaller boundary you can keep than a grand one you won't. Lastly, tend guilt like a weather pattern, not a verdict. Guilt will visit because your old identity is dying. Let it pass without confession or capitulation. Move your body. Breathe slow. Remember the man you're becoming. Respect follows consistency. It never follows the apology you give to stop someone frowning. Shadow integration and boundaries aren't ideas, they're reps. Install a daily counsel. 10 quiet minutes, same chair, no phone. Ask one ruthless question. Where did I abandon myself yesterday? Then ask the only question that matters next. What one behavior today repairs that? Write it. Do it before noon. You're training your nervous system to expect self-leadership. Use active imagination to bring the shadow into daylight. Close your eyes. Picture the part of you that's angry you keep overgiving. Ask him what he wants. He won't say chaos. He'll say clarity, steel, rest, sex you actually want, work you can stand behind. Promise him one act today that honors him, then deliver. Integration isn't catharsis. It's keeping promises to parts of you you used to bully. Make your calendar your creed. Block your deep work, your training, your sleep, your time with real friends. Guard those blocks like income. People-pleasing thrives in open, undefined time. Whole men live by rhythms that protect their energy. Your phone is a portal to relapse. Set app timers. Park it in another room at night. Nice guys say, "I'm available." Whole men say, "I'm reachable by design." Cultivate non-performative creativity. Write, build, play music, cook, without posting every output. The shadow becomes less grabby when the soul gets fed. If your only validation is external, you'll sell your yes to buy it. Feed yourself, and you'll stop renting yourself. Find men who live with edges. Ask for small mentorships with clear scopes. Offer value back. Being around boundaries recalibrates your own. Mentor down one rung too. Teach what you stabilized last year. Fathering flows through you, or it stagnates in you. Practice micro closures. Don't ghost. Don't dangle. End clean. Thank you. I'm out. Your nervous system learns that exits don't equal war. Practice micro asks. Request what you actually want before resentment builds. Call me by 9 if we're on. If not, I'll make other plans. That's not demanding. That's adult. Treat your body like your sovereignty depends on it, because it does. Lift heavy. Walk long. Sleep like a professional. Process adrenaline with sweat, not with screens. People-pleasing is easier when you're under-recovered and over-caffeinated. Give your biology a fighting chance to hold a line. This is how the persona and shadow stop fighting and start collaborating. You stay kind. You stop being convenient. You become a man whose presence says, without a word, I'm available for reality, not for extraction. Here's the architecture. You were trained to survive by pleasing. Jung shows you why it kept you small. The persona won applause, while the shadow wrote sabotage. Your yes became a leash. Your no disappeared. Respect leaked out of your life because you outsourced your boundaries to other people's moods. The antidote is integration and limits, executed daily. You audit betrayals of self and repair them before noon. You catch projection fast and translate anger into information. You set lines you can say in one breath and enforce them without theater. You hold your tone when others test, shrink channels when drama spikes, and move consequences from threat to policy. You feed your soul privately, so you stop selling your yes for crumbs of validation. You choose men who sharpen you and become that man for someone else. Your calendar, not your feelings, proves who leads your life. Expect resistance from others and from the outdated version of you that equates boundary with abandonment. Let that version grieve. He kept you alive. He doesn't get to run the kingdom. The whole man you are building is generous without being harvested, tender without being handled, firm without being cruel. People will still like you. More of them will respect you. The right ones will trust you. And most importantly, you will trust you. Do not wait to feel worthy. Worth is built by action. Choose one line to draw today, one apology to stop making, one promise to keep for yourself. Then do it again tomorrow. Repetition is redemption. Drop in the comments below the boundary you'll enforce and the exact moment you'll enforce it. Hit like as your quiet receipt. Send this to one man who looks competent and cooked. Subscribe only if you want weekly drills, boundary language, repair reps, counsel prompts that keep you accountable. You don't need a reset. You need alignment. Own the shadow, retire the pleaser, hold the line, keep the promise. Back to work.